Don't be like friend there. Say something. Good night, everyone. Good night. How is everybody feeling tonight? I am sure you're feeling like you want better, right? You want better. You're going to re-elect Eddie, right? And you're going to spread the word around St. James North to re-elect my father, right? All right. Well, as they said, and as most people know, I am Erica Hinkson. I'm Edmund Hinkson's daughter. And that is quite a role to fill. I don't even know how I'm going to live up to that going forward. But I thank you so much for coming out tonight to listen and to engage with my dad, Edmund Hinkson, Member of Parliament for St. James North and Shadow Minister of Education since 2013. I especially appreciate those of you from all around St. James North who made a special effort to attend tonight. And any other Barbadians who are here. We are accepting everybody here tonight. Even if you're from St. James North, and you're from St. Michael right now, or you live in Christchurch, I heard somebody move, we welcome you all here tonight. A heartfelt thank you from me, as well to the speakers who've spoken before me tonight. So, Kevon Henry, let's give him a round of applause. Big up Kevon Henry for opening the evening. John Wilson, very powerful speakers so far. We have Jeff Thompson, very, very engaging. Yes, he brought some humor, but we got the message loud and clear. And to Faye Lucas, of course, for cheering tonight. Thanks so much to you all. You have all made it your mission to support my dad and to reinforce his vision for St. James North. Thank you. Big up yourselves. At almost 26 years of age, yes, I'm only 26 in a couple weeks, I can say with certainty that my dad has taught me one important lesson in life that I hold high above every other lesson he has taught me. And trust me, my dad talks to me, whether it's scolding me, encouraging me, teaching me some lesson every day, I hear something from my dad. Even if he just calls me to check in, Erica, where you are, what you doing, how you moving, what's going on with you. So the one that I hold the dearest is that I must always give back because I have been so blessed. I completely agree with that. I right now don't know many people that can say they were as blessed in Barbados as me, because I know people are suffering, so I know I was blessed. I know we are blessed. I believe that my dad lets this motto govern his politics. And beyond that, it governs every single action he carries out in life. My dad credits his mother, my generous, altruistic, selfless grandmother, Pamela, and his late, determined, pragmatic, and loving father, Rudolph, as a driving force behind this mindset. Trust me, this speech was really easy to write because I am surrounded by incredible people in my life. My dad was blessed with a mother and father who stayed together for 49 years until my granddad's passing. Of course, my grandmother is still here and at every single spot meeting, every single event. Give Granny a round of applause because she's who raised this great man. Rudolph raised this great man. My granddad was also into politics in his day. My dad is blessed with a sister, Celia. She comes out when she can. She adores him completely. My dad was blessed with having received a sound primary and secondary education. He was blessed with a scholarship from the Barbados government at the age of 18. Granted that my dad worked really hard for this, because I know every day, every single day of my life, and my dad wakes up at 4 a.m. because there's a whole routine, y'all. You know from 6 when he makes the calls, but I know from 4 when he's doing work, when he's out working on politics, out working on law, and then when he's coming home later because he's out meeting with everybody, socializing, campaigning, canvassing. So I know my dad works hard, but that doesn't mean he wasn't blessed. He had some good opportunity and he made the most of it and carried it even farther. He was blessed to travel the world from a young age and for university, which afforded him an appreciative outlook like no other that I know other than my mom, of the world's diverse cultures, traditions, races, religions, political views. He was blessed to become the youngest lawyer to pass the bar in the Caribbean at the time. So I am giving a round of applause for that because that is an amazing achievement. He is blessed with a family a wife, my mom, Beverly, sitting over there looking lovely as always, and 2 children, my brother Gregory and myself, Erica, who love, encourage, and push him to be the best version of himself. So what did my dad do with all of these blessings that he had? My father decided that he is going to give back without thinking of his time, of his resources, of his finances to his constituents. My mom, my brother, and I know all too well that sometimes my dad even puts St. James North constituents before us in those areas. But he always puts us first with his love. We are set because my dad long ago invested in my brother Gregory and I. So we too can go on to contribute to the society in the way that he does. Or maybe we will do even better, you never know. With lessons like these, maybe we will do even better. It is St. James North's time to continue to experience that magnanimous side of my father. Prior to politics, my dad was already making his mark on Barbados. Don't get twisted up. This isn't now that my dad decided, 2013, I'm going to help Barbados. Long before politics. He was the head of the Lions Club of Barbados. He was named the best president of a Lions Club in the Northern and Eastern Caribbean. He was the director of the Salvation Army. He was a chairman of the National Conservation Commission. These things I'm talking about, he was doing since early 90s when I was like 3 years old. He was chairman of the National Conservation Commission, of the National Housing Corporation, deputy chairman of the Building Authority, director of National Cultural Foundation. How many boards is that I know called that my dad did? At one point I was saying maybe it was about chairman of 8 boards. I don't even know. I can't keep up. Tribunal. Okay. Politics simply catapulted my dad over the hill, where he could further his charitable work. All of this work he was already doing beforehand that I mentioned to you. All these things I was seeing my dad doing from the time I was a little girl to help Barbados. And I know he was doing it before I was even born. So I have never met someone who is as committed as my dad to improving lives. He's improving lives of persons with disabilities. I know the passion to improve lives with disabilities came from observing his sister, my Aunt Celia, who is deaf. Auntie Celia is comfortable, happy, loved. And that's because my granny Pamela refused to treat or raise Auntie Celia any different from how she raised my father. So she's just the same like my dad. From childhood, my dad made it his mission to ensure that all persons with disabilities in Barbados will receive the same level of or better education than Auntie Celia did, and to ensure that all persons with disabilities receive adequate health care, access to sporting, cultural, recreational, employment. That's all he was ever really passionate about from then. His passions then continued to even other sectors of society. So let me tell you about this journey he continued. By becoming the director of the Council for the Disabled, he became a member of the Association of the Blind and Deaf, deputy chairman of the National Advisory Committee to the Promotion of the Rights and Needs of Persons with Disabilities. Calling all these things are just so much of a mouthful for me. Even back then, he became nationally recognized as being one of the leading advocates for disability equality in Barbados. The political catapult that I spoke of earlier. And my dad's 33, because Kevin is not 25. I know he said over 25, but he's 33 years now of legal experience. Allowed him to lay down in Parliament a private member's resolution urging Parliament to enact disabilities legislation. The latest thing I checked out on my dad and this disabilities and what he was doing for that was a video I watched up till last night. And I know my dad really, really well, so I know the changes in his voice, I know the tones, I know when he's hurt, I know when he's passionate, when he's fighting. And that video, I heard hurt in his voice. Because 3 years after my dad put in all that work to lay down disabilities legislation, the government has not even enacted that legislation yet. You could believe that? The legislation still sitting down there, not enacted. They have not even made a move to transfer the National Disabilities Unit I don't know if some of you know, but I found out only last night from the video that the National Disabilities Unit is upstairs of a building. How can you have upstairs of a building for people in wheelchairs to go up to access information about problems that they are facing? Upstairs. Actually, it's upstairs of Culmer Rock, so that's near my friends. I'm gonna go and check it out. It's upstairs of a building. Sorry, it's upstairs in Dalkeith Road, St. Michael. So even closer to my friends. I'll go check it out upstairs on a location in Dalkeith Road in St. Michael. The building that was actually proposed for it to be moved, because I looked at the pictures of this building and that they want to transfer it to. It's actually a downstairs, easily accessible, wheelchair accessible. The building has every facility that the disabled can need. So it's not like information was not put forward on where you can now set up the disabilities unit. All the information is there for them. Legislation, where you can move the building to that actually works for people. Moving the building that actually works for disabled people. Edmund Hinkson does not only fight for persons with disabilities though. He fights for everyone. Can I get a round of applause for that? Fighting for every single person in this constituency and in Barbados. I know this because my dad and I always had an open relationship. So from the time I was a little girl, when people always came with gossip about me, gossip about friends, information about what's happening in Barbados, whatever it was, my dad came to me straight and we talked. From the time I was young, so it isn't anything that my dad never knew that was going on with me or didn't know that was going on with him. Because that comes from being daddy's little girl. Daddy's little girl. Because from the time I hit 10 years old, we talked about any and every subject affecting everybody in Barbados. So when I pass through home, which I still do at least about 3 times a week, we talk about topics. So 2 naturally popular topics of ours are education and young people and employment and young people. Because if there's one thing I'm passionate about, and sometimes we have agreements, disagreements, talks, ups and downs, is how to view the mentality of young people, like what young people are really looking for, what they really need, how to really connect with young people. So honestly, as it comes to my dad, I'm not gonna just sit here and say every single brilliant thing or every good thing, because I would say that 8 years ago, when I was 18 and I was entering university, I used to think, and my dad had some very traditional views about education. But I saw expansion. I saw open up his thought process. For example, I knew that after secondary school, the next step was university. I chose to study law, as I always wanted to follow in my dad's footsteps. Even though I still want to be a lot like him, but when I made the decision to discontinue law, there was a little disappointment there. But this is the evolution of Eddie that I saw, which is after showing my father that I was serious on my journey to work hard for mom's company and to study marketing, public relations, advertising, he supported me wholeheartedly. I believe that experiencing his daughter take on some non-traditional views and the talks that we have and the routes and his own personal thinking and view and journey showed him that there's a different perspective to how to talk to young people and deal with young people when they're pursuing education and employment, because not everybody's passionate about school. So my brother also helped in this regard, as he's quite the contrast of me in a lot of ways. My brother stuck to completing his bachelor's degree in Florida and has now been offered a job in computer science. I'm really, really proud of Greg. Greg was overall more assured of his educational path than I was. And I think my dad marries these 2 perspectives very well in education, the traditional and the non-traditional routes of education. Under his highly successful Clarkson Foundation, every year my dad raises money for and executes a life skills program, as was mentioned by just about all the speakers here, because that is a resounding, amazing achievement. So with huge assistance from his incredible team, that's a nice team, everybody that you see around here, the team. And my mom, Beverly, in its first year, the Life Skills Program offered an 8-week program that I was blessed to be a part of, because it had 30 young people. Most of the people didn't even know I was Eddie's daughter. We just, weeks were going on and I was just interacting with people, and then they find out I'm Eddie's daughter. But I mean, because I saw it as a benefit to me, so I was just there in the background of the program, learning like everybody else. What's the proper communication skills? What is etiquette? What is self-confidence? How to write a CV? Composure during a job interview? And much, much more. Post-program, 80% of the participants obtained within 3 months a job. I heard from somebody earlier, it was actually 85%. I think Faye mentioned that, so I don't even have my stats correct. It's higher than I even imagined. I would say that it was a resounding hit. Last year, the program was tailored to only young men. The first year was men and women, but last year was ages 16 to 35 young men, because, you know, sometimes men have it even a lot harder than women in Barbados. And so out of those 15 young men, they successfully completed the program, received certification, and most of the men since have obtained employment. We cannot forget that the many other political achievements that my dad actually put in place in St. James North in just 5 short years. I can't believe that in opposition he achieved all this, because people that in government ain't even doing one thing on this list. Nothing, not a thing. So you had skills training discussions that my dad did for the youth. My dad assisted, and I believe that all of this is thanks to the support of all of you in St. James North, and thanks to the support of the team. But together, he and the team and all of you in St. James North did these things. Skills training discussions for the youth. Assisted children with school supplies. Don't worry, on the second last page. I seen that. Assisted children with school supplies, reading materials, graduation prizes, tablets, sports day prizes. 2. 3. Educational tours, which I went on most of the years with my father, where we went and the team. We went around and we went to different places, whether it was Carlisle Laboratories, whether it was to the Nation. We did low fun days in the park, things that kind of made children feel like they were a part of Barbados and learning Barbados' culture and history. Sponsoring of UE students, he does that too. So I know my dad in his speech will get more into it, but with the 6 times increase of UE tuition, 40% of UE students had to drop out. Dad assisted many UE students in St. James North with partial tuition so that they could remain in UE. 5 is assistance to the elderly, especially those without families or caretakers, in the form of food hampers and more. Assistance to the needy, providing food hampers, basic survival items. I put on this one personally because I walked in his study a day and he was writing a check for a mother for a stove to feed her children. Donations to sporting clubs, donations to churches, assistance to fire victims. Jeff talked a lot about the fire and the problems out here, so when the houses burned down, my dad assisted with that too. Assistance to NGOs in the community, agricultural assistance such as the seedling project and the chicken raising programs. He accomplished all those things I mentioned while being in opposition. Few have mumbled, because I walk around doing the canvassing with my dad, and some mentioned, but he didn't really do nothing for this constituency. I am just mind blown. What do you mean? I asked, what do you mean? What do you really mean? But then I realized maybe they want even more. So if they want even more, all I say to them is, if you want more, because I give the examples first of what he did. And I said, on top of that, if you want him more, then let him serve again. Because when he's in power, he can do even more than he did, because he had some holdbacks, honestly. But that's because he was in opposition. In power now, imagine that he can triple what he has already done. My father deserves another term to serve you, the people of St. James North. He laughs, he jokes, he smiles with the constituents in the bars, the men on the block, the elderly people, the young people, the gated communities, and everyone in between. And in between all that fun is a man that I see as a juxtaposition, because he's a serious man as well. Yeah, he laughs, but he's a serious man when he needs to be. And he is here to change the landscape of St. James North to the best it can truly be going forward forever. I thank you very much. Good night. Re-let Eddie. Re-let my father, Eddie. Good night, everybody.
Edmund Hinkson replacing me.